Welcome back. So what would you do if the once successful business you owned suddenly collapsed? Author and owner of bestseller publishing Rob Kosberg decided to reinvent himself, and he is here to share his story. Thanks for coming on the show.
Great to be with you.
All right, so let's start. In the early 2000s, you had a very successful business.
Yep.
You made, what, over $2.5 million in this business, right?
Regularly.
Okay, regularly,
Yeah.
On the regular. And then what happened?
A little thing called the financial crisis, all right?
Remember that?
I do. I try to block it out of my memory banks. I was in real estate and finance, and also owned millions of dollars of real estate. And in South Florida, where I lived at the time, you know, we got hit really hard. In fact, for years thereafter, the market stayed pretty depressed. And so, you know, after 20 years in real estate at that time, I was ready for a change. Now, you know, not necessarily on purpose, but yeah, the market decided I was ready for a change.
Yeah, no kidding. So then how do you go from that and you just have to start all over again? How did you do that? And what did you do?
I had some good mentors in my life. So I was in a couple of, you know, coaching or mastermind type groups, and I asked a couple of successful business owners what they would do if they were in my position. I needed to reinvent myself in a brand new industry where I was totally unknown. And they suggested I write a book, and I had never really thought before about writing a book, but it seemed to ring true for whatever reason. And obviously you know, this was 9 or almost 10 years ago at this point, so I'm thrilled that I did because it, you know, set my life on a whole different trajectory.
And your book, Life After Debt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first book. I've written several since. I'm not even in the financial services business anymore. But that book kind of put me on the map, and it enabled me in a terrible economy to go from zero and completely unknown to having my own radio show. I did 4 hours of live radio every single day within about a year, and that business went on to do millions of dollars in income, and I actually sold it a few years ago, all because of my best-selling book. So it's pretty cool.
And now you really want to advise people who are going through something similar to what you went through.
Yeah, I mean, really more than advise. You know, 6 or 7 years ago, people started coming to me asking me how I did it. You know, economy was still bad in 2009, 10, 11. And so, you know, they saw the success and were wondering, you know, could we replicate it with a best-selling book? And honestly, I didn't know. You know, maybe I just got lucky. But we started helping people of all kinds, coaches, consultants, fiction, nonfiction, you know, you name it. We've done books for U.S. ambassadors, Fortune 500 CEOs, professional athletes, etc., and help them to get to bestseller status and then use the book for media, speaking engagements, and to earn a massive income. So that's the goal.
How hard was it for you to pick everything up and start all over again? It seems like it would be a really tough place because you hit a low. Yeah. We all go through that in life, right? And you hit a low. How do you pick yourself back up and say, I'm going to do this again? You
know, what do you do, right? I mean, I've been married a long time. I have 3 boys. At that time, I had 3 kids in private school. You know, I had a lot of expenses. What option did I have? And so it was one of those things where, you know, it was kind of like put one foot in front of the other, and, you know, it was painful. I mean, I can remember taking art off of our walls and selling it, you know, to pay for Christmas presents. I mean, it was a challenging time that we went through, but obviously, you know, it's seasonal, right? Meaning that, you know, winter, that was kind of a winter season of my life, eventually ends, and it did.
Except if you're on Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
Winter is coming, that's right, that's right.
Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what is the biggest difference in getting your business to really grow?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're all actually in a couple of different businesses, and if a business owner doesn't know this, then they're making a big mistake. The one business that everyone's in that you know, it's obvious to them is they do the thing they do successfully, whatever that is, as an accountant, doctor, chiropractor, etc. But the other business every business owner has to be in is the business of marketing and promoting that business. And if they're just waiting for word of mouth or referrals or something like that, then they're making a huge error. So the idea with the book and a best-selling book is it puts you on the map for publicity, for speaking engagements, for client attraction instead of hunting after clients. And so that's the whole idea and goal.
Yeah, it's PR, right?
It is, as a part of it. You know, it's also, imagine if you had 2 options to choose from, you know, a doctor who's, you know, a local doctor, or a doctor that's a local doctor but is also a best-selling author on the subject, has appeared on ABC, NBC, CBS, Wall Street Journal, you know, and the price prices are virtually the same or maybe even more expensive, you're going to choose the one that has the celebrity, because it does equal authority in our kind of generation.
That's very interesting. A good point. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about your book and your story. And for more information on Rob's story, you can log on to robkosberg.com. Joining us after the break is a man who draws inspiration from a hero that's close to home. We'll be back.